YouTubers. Today I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to try to write a type of Lenny Kravitz song. You will understand what I mean by that, but it's going to be a lot of riffs and stuff like that. So I'll start off with getting a cool riff. So the first thing I need to do is figure out chords for it. And I'm using my jam session, and I've created the chords right here. And if I play it for you now, it will be something like a simple like that. So that is the lead sheet. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the double dip the funk, because it's got a good starting point. And in there we have the baby FI. I'm going to change that to another later on, but I'm going to use that to create the first riff. So channel 4, guitar, PI, and there is a very nice called Funky 4. So let me first just grab the chords. My song, Lenny Kravitz, there we go. So let me grab the chords. Add them to the chord. Mute it so it doesn't hear. Create the chord events. So now we have the chords. Those are the chords. And the first thing I'm going to do then is, with those chords, create a riff. And when you listen to this riff, by the way, it's going to be played on a different octave, so I will have to lower it down. That's the riff. I'll add it to my first line here. The first thing I do, of course, is lower it. Lovely. The first thing I'm going to do then is start changing the sound. Go for a guitar, and I have a sound called Killer Whammy, which is a very sort of typical Lenny Kravitz guitar. So let's listen to it now. So this is the first beginning of the riff, and I think I want to accompany this with just a simple drum pattern. I go to my drums and percussion, channel 1, and yes, I will use the funk, but I will use only the 4 beginning of bars. There we go. And I'm going to remove all of the oh, I had a tail there. Sometimes this happens. It's a tail that apparently is there. Remove all the unnecessary stuff, and it's only going to be bass. There we go. And we'll actually break that. Oh, just do it once. Perfect. So it starts off, goes into the fill-in, remove all the unnecessary stuff that I don't want, and then it goes back, but instead of going back to the original, it goes back to the you see that I'm dragging and dropping this clip. That's the reason, because this is an 8 bars, and I don't want to use the full 8 bars. I only want to use 4 bars. So instead of using the combo boxes to create the chords, I actually use the medium. Excellent. Drag it into the right place. Oh, got one of those strange tails again. I'll ignore that for now. Remove the percussion. So what do we got? And here I want something a little bit more. Let's remove that. Yep, that's what I want. And then of course we will introduce the bass. The first thing the bass is going to do is bass is channel 2, mega voice, as I wanted to start with a fill-in. But I'm only going to use the last notes, the effects of it. So it will be bam. And now we're going to put together, and to make it work, I'm actually going to use the funk song, but with the chorus. Let's see how that works. I haven't tested this yet. It works. A couple of notes that are a bit sort of off because of the chord changes. But let's listen to it, and let me add it to it. It will continue to play the same thing. Here we will continue, but here I want to add, for the first time, a secondary guitar. I have a mega coil pedal wah. Instead, I want something more this stack. Good. And then I want in the riff maker, channel 2, guitar, mega voice, funk, use the songs, and I'm just going to use the standard pop rock to accompany that riff. What's wrong with this now? Ah, sorry, channel 3, of course. My apologies. Here we go. So we got the build up here. So it starts off with just the guitar and the drum. Adds a snare to it. And here comes the bass. And the second guitar. So what I want now, I want to do a classic ending to this, and I'm going to use, there we go. Start with that. That is not a bass, that is the guitar. And here's a little trick, I'll use the same, but because it is a mega voice, I need to raise the velocity. Great, let's just same thing with the bass. My apologies. It should be the bass and nothing else. Channel 2, guitar mega voice, bass mega voice. There we go. Just the one bar. Perfect. We'll use that instead. Drag it in. And the last thing, of course, is the drums. And I'll use the same so it all matches. Great. So now that I got that, I got the first part. It's already working. So where do I take this from here now? And here comes the fun part, that you can actually utilize stuff from Jam, from SmartBridge, if you don't know where you're going from here. I mean, from here it's been the same progression all the time, so there's nothing new about it. So the question is, how do I create something new? And I think this is not a chorus. I think it will be a verse now that we'll start it with this, but this is the longest intro ever. And then we'll continue with the verse. I don't know exactly where this takes me, but let's get some inspiration. Use the Jam player, R&B, use the cool funk, because the cool funk uses a lot of the arpeggios that are used in the composition that I'm working on right now. So let's find a good groovy, funky stuff. Let's try this. The song is in a key of G, so I'll try that. Sounds good. I'll record that. And with a fill in B. Beautiful. Let's drag that into the first rhythm. What are we going to use from here? None of that. From here, oh yes, this is just a drag and drop. The bass, yes, just a drag and drop as well. What about the guitar? Yep, same thing, drag and drop. Nah, not liking that. That is not going to work, so I need to change that. And let's hear it now in context, if this makes sense. So after I do this break, before I forget, let me grab the chords so I don't forget where they came from, because I might be picking up stuff from other places. So it's a funk journey with a Voyager. So okay, great. So the song and a verse. Not bad. Typical verse. The intensity is a bit lower. Beautiful. So what's the next step here? This actually doesn't have a pre-chorus. That's interesting. So I want to pick up a pre-chorus somewhere else then. Here we have a boring pre-chorus. Let's do something a bit more fun. Here we have something fun in the key of G. Let's listen to it. And then where does it take us? It's a bit too melodic, I think, for being a typical Lenny Kravitz song, but I'll record this part anyway. That's gonna take us somehow to some sort of a chord. Okay, so I'll add the rhythm right there. Before I forget, grab the chords. It's a pre-chorus of 8 bars. 4 bars, my apologies. It's a pre-chorus. I hate it when I spell it wrong. Chorus. Great, so we got that. I'm not going to use that. I know that already. This is just a drag and drop. The bass doing its stuff. chords doing their stuff. Ooh, that was horrible. None of that. I think these are brass, aren't they? Oh no, it's an organ. How about this? Aha, there we go. Nah, I think I want to add my own sort of style to this. So first thing I'll do, of course, is I need to replicate this so the both guitars play the same. Remove the chugs because they are too loud. Normalize it. And I don't know if it's gonna work. No, this is not gonna work. I need to do something else here. So, and this is the reason I drag the chords. It's not gonna work because it's too busy for this kind of thing. So let me listen for it and see what we got. Okay, so what can I do with that? Let's go into the riff maker, channel 4, guitar, PI I think it's called. Where is it? Guitar PI, and pick one of these. I think it's gonna one bar is enough. Whoa, that was way too much. No, that's not gonna cut it either. Let's try. That's I already have that. Something like that. I think that would work. No, that will not work. That will definitely work. There we go. So let me chuck those chords in there and then it will play those chords. Remember, this is way too high on the octaves. I'm going to lower it when and I need to fix that on the software so in the future it doesn't interfere with it. Perfect. And here we're going to need a super duper break of some kind. I'm not too sure where I'm going to pick it up from. The bass is not going to do much. It's going to be a classic sort of drum break. Channel 1, drums and percussion. I think I'm going to work for everything, but use a BI. So what kind of BIs do we have? Nah, that's good. Let's try BI. Don't know what that is. That could be it. That was just one hit. There we go. That's what I want. Classic build up. So and from that it will kick into the actual chorus. Oh, sorry. Right click, create the chords. Now I haven't even thought of a chorus yet, but I think it needs to be going back to what we have originally. So originally we had the riff. And the difference is that this riff now is going to use a different bass that's going to be much more lively. So I will actually use the same chords on the riff maker, channel 2, Mega Voice Bass, filter for funk, all, and drag in my chord progression. And I'm going to use this the C, which is the most busiest version of it. There we go. I think that will complement it quite nicely. On the drum side, I'm going to use drums and percussion. There is a drum beat that I like called there we go, funk pop rock. And it's going to do the rides here. Great, get that in there. Remove those tails. Right, so I'm going to finish off. Drag that over. Remove that. So we got the guitar doing that. Oh, we need something for the second guitar, which is a Mega Voice. And I think the easiest is to use the MC because it's not that complicated and it makes sense with the chords. But of course you got to use the right channel. And there we go. So now from this break, and here I will use because I'm already working with the drums, so I might as well. No, I'm actually working with the guitar. So let me go to channel 1, drums and percussion, the pump up rock, and I'll use the it's an easy peasy. With the bass, channel 2, bass Mega Voice, and I love this. What's the chord, by the way? This is the reason why I always have to be diligent about using the chords, because this is the only way that Cubase understands and becomes harmonically intelligent. So, it's an A and an E. So let's do an E major. E major. There we go. And here I'll just do a simple and here as well a simple So with that in mind, now I have my first template of creating something like this. Now, one of the things that makes typically a sort of more like a Lenny Kravitz stuff is that the drums need to be a much thicker. So what I will do, that's a little trick, I will actually use instead of using the full concert grand here, I'm actually using drums, and specifically the rock stereo drums, because they are much deeper. Lower the volume a little bit, but I will not just copy over the whole thing. I just want the snare, and I want the bass drum. No claps. forget those. No hi-hats, forget those. I think this is a, yep, none of that. Oh, none of that. I wasn't aware that it contained that. That was part of the. Remove that as well. So hopefully now I got. That was the open hi-hat. Hopefully now I got the. So I'm dubbing the bass to create a thicker sound. In a break. Some sort of a verse. Pre-chorus. And that was a simple example of creating a typical kind of Lenny Kravitz song using the Motif and Tyros. Thank you very much.